Hey, everybody, thanks for joining. If you did not know this, we are training for
we're down to one race left.
one marathon that we registered. Stay tuned, we're going to give you a quick update. Okay, so here's what's going on. We still haven't been able to get back into the swing of things because we felt like we needed to recover.
Yeah, we didn't want to. So, and that's fine. You know, we worked as hard as we could without running because doctor told you to save your miles for race day. Right. So then we ran a marathon. And so, yeah, we've taken like 2 weeks.
To our credit, we
ran most of a marathon.
Yeah. To our credit, we're still continuing our PT exercises.
Sure.
So
now working on our glutes.
In that regard, you know, way to go. And I'm still kind of shocked. My knees aren't bothering me, you know. Anyway, so that's a good thing. As we mentioned in the intro, we have one more scheduled race, and that is the full marathon in Calgary. We are thrilled. And we are feeling better about the possibility of completing it. One, because we really need to. Two, they released the medals, and oh my gosh.
We have to. The medal is a belt buckle. I have to wear this from now on.
I'm gonna wear it. I'm gonna flip it on the table and eat off of it. I mean, it is awesome. And we're going to be running with a wonderful friend of ours who we know is going to keep us going for the whole thing. Thank you, Ryan, very much.
And truly, I feel like the more time passes from that really, really, really rough race that we ran the majority of, we're feeling more hopeful.
Yeah.
Because we're not as beat down as recently.
You know, and the thing is, you know, we were really down on ourselves. And thank you so much again for your comments to keep us focusing on the positive. We got to 20 miles in 5 hours. And for us, that is the fastest. You know, our bodies gave up. So whatever. A big update. We did get our shipment of Honey Stinger Gel, the fruit flavor. And we tried it, and the best, I am going to say...
He was much more on board with it than I am. I'm going to make it work because I know I can't swallow any other food, apparently.
It was like flavored honey. It was a little thicker than I thought it would be, but it's going to be okay.
It was a lot thicker than I was expecting. But again, new to gels, so we're going to try them.
Yeah, so it was tasty. It was very tasty.
It was okay.
One thing that did happen here, we had a massive amount of snowfall in one day, which led to...
So this was going to happen with or without that snowfall? Yeah. Okay, so here, you guys remember, maybe, from last year, we moved to this brand new place. It's amazing. And our first winter here, we were really trying to experience everything that there was to experience. Cross-country skiing, snowshoeing, sledding, downhill skiing, you know, all that stuff. Yeah. So this year we didn't have as much snow, which was an unusual thing for us. So we have not been able to cross-country ski. There's just not enough snow. We haven't been able to snowshoe. We could have feasibly downhill skied, except that we were training for 2 races in February, but they were both in February. So it's like, okay, well, do we really feel like risking it? We didn't. But in our community, there's a very sweet woman who very graciously offered to take me out skiing because, you know, I think she also just kind of wanted a girls' day, but that's fine. Yeah. But she was like, you know, I'll take you up there, you know. She knows that I had only done the bunny hill so far.
So when you hear up there, that means you take the lift to 10,500 feet.
It's a 12-minute lift ride to get to the very top of the mountain. And then you ski down. The easiest run is about 3.5 miles. So it's like it's not super steep. You're kind of taking the low and the long, slow way home. So she was like, we can go up and I'll be there with you and I can give you pointers and we'll take it as slow as you want and, you know, all this stuff. So
she was true to her word.
She forced me to commit to a date. So that's the thing. It was like, oh gosh, I would love to. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And then, she's basically got her calendar out. Like, okay, so what day's good for you? So she did that in between our 2 races. I'm like, okay, we got 1 more race to get through. Let me get through that, and then we can go do this. So my plan was to go rent some skis, try out the bunny hill again, make sure I remember, because I haven't done this since last year. And before last year, I hadn't done it since I was 14 years old. So I'm like super beginner mode. Remembering how to
You did great last year, though.
Yeah, I did okay. It came back to me somewhat, but still like super beginner. So I went to the bunny hill. Oh, I'm sorry. My plan was to go to the bunny hill and then next day get like a 2-day ski rental and like do it that way. Yeah. Instead, what happened was I did some math really quickly and I decided to buy some skis instead.
Sure
so
did.
They're gorgeous.
Yeah,
I love them. So once my skis were ready, then I went to the mountain and did the bunny hill. Yeah. I did okay.
You did great.
I did 2 runs down the bunny hill. And I was able to get off the lift both times. So the bunny hill lift is kind of janky, probably been there for 40 years, maybe 50. And it's built for the girth of people 40 to 50 years ago.
Yeah, that's right.
And so like it's small and it's tight and it's really hard to get off of. And last year when we did it, I had maybe a 30% success rate getting off that thing without crashing. So I was really nervous about that. I did it 2 times successfully off the lift without having to have one of the employees pick me up. And furthermore, without falling and getting up myself. So like, I did okay. I got off the lift. I made it all the way down 2 times. No crashes. Great. So the next day I went out with this woman and we went to the top of the mountain and we skied all the way down. And it took me an hour to get from the top to the bottom, but I did it.
Yeah, you did. That's fantastic. I mean, really, really awesome, right? I admire your strength and your amazing ability. So she did
I was a little sore, but I was like,
you were a lot sore the next day.
I was a lot sore the next day. I was like floating on a cloud though. I was walking on air with how pleased I was that I was able to like do that. So thank you to that sweet lady for convincing me, forcing me against my will to go out there because I did it. Now, unfortunately, here's the consequence side of it, other than being pretty sore. I've been battling a sinus infection since like January. I thought I was over it, and this whole experience has really kind of brought it back to the forefront. Yeah. So I'm not feeling too great. No. And I made an appointment with an ear, nose, and throat doctor because I got something going on up here that at least 1 round of antibiotics didn't fully fix.
Which, okay, so sure, go see an ENT. Yeah, the closest one is in Albuquerque, 3 hours away.
Yeah, so it's a whole ordeal. I got to take a full day off work. We're going to spend the night. Like, going to the doctor is not super easy here. And I'm waiting until next Monday. So I've got like still a full week to go before we get to go to the doctor because of like logistics and stuff. So hopefully I'll feel better because I've been kind of run down like all year. Yeah. And I'm tired of it. Yeah. And I'm tired of my teeth hurting and my cheeks hurting and my eyeball hurting and my ear hurting. Yeah, we need to get I need this fixed.
So next week we'll update you on whatever activities we try to get done this week. And then the following week, we'll probably have some footage of our trip to Albuquerque and share some sight sounds, maybe some food and drink that we experienced there.
And hopefully some like solutions from the ENT.
Yeah, definitely. Hey, if you haven't already, please subscribe and like the video, hit the notifications bell. We're doing our best to upload. We have 1 more marathon to go, and we'll see how that goes. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your words of encouragement. Oh man, it's always an adventure with you. We'll see you next week.